everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Wilson's Ravens going up against Rodgers' Browns. With that, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis with this Week 2 matchup.
Thank you, Larry. From the shores of Lake Erie, EA Sports has coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to Week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. On first down, Rodgers. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
What really hurts defenses on screen passes is if they eat up one of their levels right away. Because, you know, most defenses, 3 levels. D-line, linebacker, secondary. But on a screen pass, you're inviting the defensive line to get past them. Then you throw the ball over their heads, and now there's just 2 levels left to try and stop big guys out in front of a guy running with the football.
This will be caught at the 2. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Harry Douglas, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, get into a good rhythm. You see a little more back.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Latavius Murray, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns add on to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will be a touchback, and as we saw in Week 1, the new rule, this one coming out to the 25-yard line. They come up in an offset eye. Now a first carry here for Shane Vereen. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back. And now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On the toss, Vereen. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
There's so many times during camp and practice that you get bored as a player doing regular drills. But how about that shed and skate drill right there by the linebacker? You do it each and every day. Get the blocker away and get into the backfield and make a big-time tackle. That's what we just saw.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Snap count through the defense off. 5-yard penalty.
2 plays in a row, the defense won, stacking up the running game. They've got to feel good about themselves, but something has to be in the back of their minds. Are we being set up for something big? They've got to be careful.
7 yards remaining here on third down. On third down, Wilson. Caught left side by Cobb. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They send Parker in motion left. Wilson forced out to his left. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He loses 4, and it brings up 4.
Obviously, the offense thought they had something going by trying to go wide on a short yardage play. But how about the defense expecting something in the middle and still able to adjust and sprint to the edge and make the play?
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
In motion, Safarian Jenkins. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got time in the pocket. And got his man complete. Tavon Austin, he's going to go. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Tavon Austin, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And it is now 21-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They stick on the ground. Again, it's Marine. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Now Wilson on second down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The six-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews, in there. Drop him with his first sack of 2016. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They do, however, have a tough third and long coming up. Third and long, it's Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
He's going to wind up and air it out. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now a second down run for Murray, and the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the yard line.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. And it'll be fourth down. Offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And able to find Conley. That one good for 12 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line.
Of course we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer, but you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
Yeah, showed it right there outside of the pocket and on the money. And now a first down following that long gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
To go here on 2nd down. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And that one is incomplete. He just dropped it. But they're up big on the scoreboard, so maybe he can chuckle about later.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd down.
Could be a blitzer.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. J.J. Nelson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns add on to their lead. Prater on to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Here comes Cobb. Uses the stiff arm. Still on his feet. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Throwing is Wilson, and it's incomplete. Shane Vereen, the intended receiver there. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Flushed out right. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Right there, 54 Mike. Hey, watch the slant.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. In motion left is Royal. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. He's got the second-year man. This is Devontae Parker.
Boom!
Still and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devontae Parker, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens cut into that lead. And that one needed a little time to develop because he started lined up out wide left. He caught that on the right side of the field.
And you're exactly right about the time because that's not going to be a quick developing pattern. But all Also, great sight lines for the guy throwing the ball. To see a receiver cross his face and his sight line from one side of the field to the other, that usually attracts your attention. If you think he's open, you go ahead and deliver it, as we just saw there.
And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A minute 59 to go in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. Down, Murray. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Fresh set of downs here. Rodgers now on 1st down. Flush to his right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's brought down. Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
Following the penalty, it's Murray. And he's brought down. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. So a fantastic effort by Murray, a kid born in Orlando, went to high school in New York, but came back to Orlando to go to Central Florida. You're from Orlando, Mr. Davis.
Yes, I am, and actually grew up in New York State as well, so I knew I liked this young man. And the stock and trade for him, speed. Give him some open space, and he can blaze a trail.
From the 4, it's 2nd and goal. They run it here with Thompson. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Rodgers now to throw. That's caught at the 1. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Chris Conley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. Penalty marker is down here. Eddie Royal with nobody in front of him. And he takes it all the way, but there is laundry on the field. A flag is down, and I think this one's coming back.
I agree.
They'll come out in the pistol. Wilson on first down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here.